Hey everybody, Chris here. Dogecoin is set for liftoff. We're going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. And we were live on Thursday afternoon and watching Dogecoin hit yet another target. Yes, had a magnet on the chart. And Dogecoin got pulled up, hit our target, reset on hitting a higher low. That's right, Dogecoin has consistently hit higher lows and now continues upward. So let's get into it. Let me show you the charts in the news. I'll show you what I'm looking at. And we start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart, and we are right at 24 cents. Yes, right, 24 cents while I'm recording this. Stock market hasn't opened yet today. It's a Friday, but overall, stocks have been good. And the markets are still looking bullish overall. Let's get into what's going on here. Here's the magnet that I had that we put on for yesterday's live stream, and Dogecoin was very bullish. Came down, retested 22.9. Again, this is what the retests have been, right? As we've seen that, right? 20.9, 21.9, 22.9. And then once Dogecoin gets established above 24 and a half, I expect to see 23.9 again. We did dip down early this morning to about 23.6 or so, and maybe that was the dip, and that is the higher low. We will see. We will see. We'll check that out. So Friday's afternoon live stream, it's going to be spicy, so make sure that you're subscribed. You got your notifications on. This is going to be a fun one to watch. Bitcoin is just holding flat. It's down here at 119 still. Bitcoin not moving. Doge is moving. And the other big ones that are moving, interestingly, are Litecoin. Yeah, Litecoin is up over 6%. And Ethereum Classic now up 22%. That's right, Ethereum Classic is moving overnight. So it's the OG proof of work coins that are making the moves today. That's very interesting. Doge, Litecoin, and ETH Classic. Those are the big movers now. So memes, like forget the memes. We're doing OG coins now. Now we did have yesterday, also during the live stream, XRP hit a new all-time high. So here's XRP, which we were watching and hit 366. And there were some who said, no, XRP's all-time high is 384. Well, back at the end of 2017, the trading was so dynamic, and then different exchanges can have different prices. But I think the overall consensus was that the old all-time high was in the 340s. And so now I think most agree that 366 is now XRP's all-time high. I mean, it's all good for XRP, right? Again, this is all based on their stablecoin, their RLUSD stablecoin, and what's going on in the United States Congress, passing bills for regulations, stablecoins. The banks love this, right? Because the stablecoins are backed by the dollar 1-to-1, right? This isn't real cryptocurrency. Ripple just fits right into all of that. So very bullish for XRP. Great. You know, XRP is not going to $100. It's like $10. Could that be in the cards? Maybe. But we can talk about that at another day. Right now, all eyes on Doge and what is happening with Dogecoin. That's right. Bitcoin mining firm stock spikes after a $500 million raise for a Dogecoin treasury. That's right. I was one of those that broke this story yesterday. I posted it on my X account. Follow me at ChrisPax if you're not already on X. This is Origin, publicly traded Bitcoin mining company. They might be mining Dogecoin too. Because why would they start a Dogecoin treasury if they weren't already mining it and gathering Doge? That's my thought. They're aiming to raise $500 million through equity and debt financing to make Origin one of the first publicly listed companies on a major U.S. exchange to accumulate Doge as a core asset. Kind of interesting. And they're also exploring opportunities within the Dogecoin ecosystem, including mining-facing services and payment applications. And the CEO is saying, like, look, what we're doing here could actually help Elon Musk and X Money, for integration of Doge onto X. I mean, the House of Doge should probably get involved in this too, and this is just the start. This is just the start of something growing and getting bigger. Trader Allen's like, look, we had a MACD bullish cross here. And with that bullish cross, and this was a day ago, with that bullish cross, he's signaling that Dogecoin's going higher. This is a springboard. We've seen this before. It's happened before. And this, again, it's a short time frame of a couple weeks. But Dogecoin is bullish and is experiencing higher lows as Doge is moving up. And Kaleo is like, look, if we break above 25 cents, if we get above the 25-cent level, we will see Dogecoin accelerate. So right now in the 24s, but we get above 25, probably again we'll trade above 25, come back, retest, maybe hit 24.9 again, and then it's time, he says. It is time. So kind of interesting how all this is playing out. So where does Doge go from here? Well, expect a 60% liftoff if this channel breaks. That's right. It's liftoff time for Doge. FOMO kicking in. It's looking like it. What is this? What is this chart here? This liftoff chart. So this is if this descending channel breaks, heavy pump ahead. Now that was at 21. So that was the 21.5 cent mark. Dogecoin has already moved up to 24 cents. So this is already in progress. And so on this downward channel, Doge was bouncing around up and down, but was in that downward channel, broke out, retested, and is moving higher now. This is what is happening. So do we expect at least a 2x from here? So that takes us from 21, his mark here, 21, to 42 cents. So above 40-cent market would be extremely bullish. Targets ahead, 75 cents and $1. That would be the rocket ship, right? That's the rocket ship. So do I change my magnet to a rocket ship now? Join me Friday afternoon on my live stream, Chris Pax Live. We'll see whether I put a rocket on the chart next. Bitcoin, meanwhile, is this a false break? Bitcoin, again, this is zoomed out, looking at the 4-year cycles. This is where we were back in 2021. This was the second run after the summer dip in Bitcoin. Bitcoin hit 69K, and then it fell back. So, and that was the break above its previous high. So now we've had a break above Bitcoin's previous high up to this 123,000 mark. Is that a false break? And Trader Allen says no, that that Bitcoin has moved higher. Sorry, this was the previous 110, and now we're up at 123. So instead of breaking downwards, Bitcoin actually broke up higher to a new all-time high. I think this is really more of part of what the calendar is showing, right? This was November, right? The end of the 4-year cycle, and then we went into a bear market. Here, we're in July. We're in July here. This is still to come. And this is showing Bitcoin going up to about 190,000. I don't think this is going to happen in 2026. This fractal here is this piece, which was the big move at the end of 2023 into 2024 on that fractal. I think that is negated. We'll at least get this, though, up to 190. And then we'll see what 2026 has, but we're getting ahead of ourselves here. For now, we're looking at Dogecoin, right here at this 24-cent mark. And right now, just check my Doge wallet. It ruined my roof because we are seeing the green candles, right? The green candles are coming for Doge. And it's going to continue. It's going to continue here. I mean, we've got this MACD bullish cross. We've got the RSI ticking up. We've got, again, higher lows on the charts. And as this article also talks about, it's only a matter of time. Kev Capital remarked that Doge price making its move back up between 28 and 30 cents and then well beyond. He added that as long as the Bitcoin price holds up and continues to show strength, this move for Doge should come sooner rather than later. So Doge, very bullish. Also, Trader Tardigrade looked at the Doge BTC pair that we've been looking at. We zoom out to this 4-hour chart here, and this is the Doge move, right? Big Doge move upwards, and we look at Doge trading versus Bitcoin, which we have been watching for quite a while. Big cup and handle, right? That we looked at. This big cup and handle. Doge versus Bitcoin has broken out of that cup and handle and is now over our first mark of 20. That's right. This is the 0.00002 line, right? And as I noted back here in June, if you remember, I said, if you want Bitcoin, don't buy Bitcoin here in June. Don't buy Bitcoin. Buy Doge. And then, at some point in time, you're going to flip your Doge for Bitcoin, and you're going to end up with twice as much Bitcoin. So far, this is up 38%. In other words, Dogecoin has outperformed Bitcoin by 38% in the last 4 weeks. So this was my prediction, and it is coming true. I think this will eventually be a 100% gain of Doge versus Bitcoin when Doge really starts flying. And instead of buying Bitcoin back here in June, you buy the Doge, then you flip it over to Bitcoin, and you'll end up with twice as much Bitcoin as you would have had if you'd bought it then. Again, these are just one of these things that I've seen before. We've seen these big breakouts, Doge versus Bitcoin. It's happening again. You know, Bitcoin will move again, and Doge will settle a bit. You know, that's bound to happen. Again, that's just short-term stuff, but we're looking at the long-term as we go into the fall, and this is looking spicy for Dogecoin. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about Dogecoin liftoff? Give the video a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.